Hello everybody! I'll make this introduction quick so we can get to the good stuff. Since it's taking so long for me to finish some of my bigger projects,
Guys, I really need your nutshell lines!
I decided to post up Mew Mew blog thingies every 2 weeks to help pass the time. Some will have trivia, some will be just for fun and not be taken seriously, or me talking about my personal opinions on certain aspects of the franchise. Anyways, let's get started with our first Mew Mew blog thingy. Today, I'll be talking about the most underappreciated, the most tragic character of the Tokyo Mew Mew anime. This guy here with the beanie hat, who I will dub Beanie-san. Don't know who that is? Well, I'm not surprised. This guy has popped up from time to time throughout the anime, but since he's not even a supporting character, no one seemed to care. Why not? Who wouldn't want to know about a guy who has a huge assortment of beanie hats and hoodies? For those who want to know him, allow me to tell you the story of the struggles of an ordinary man in his attempts to have a normal life and trying to manage to keep a girlfriend while living in a city constantly threatened by alien attack. Beanie-san has been with us since the very first episode. He can be seen amongst the people in the museum. I imagine him as the type of guy who tries to act cool, but deep down he likes cute, fuzzy animals. To which I say, don't hide something like that from people. Share it with the world. It would make you so much cooler. I feel kind of sorry for him. While having fun with his secret hobby, it's unbeknownst to him of the stuff that's going to happen to a certain red-haired girl and the impact it's going to have on his life. Then we see him in episode 7, walking with the first of many girlfriends that he'll have over the course of the series. He's dropped the hoodie and added on shades, which leads me to believe that he's having a day trip with his girlfriend before heading off to a jazz club or a poetry reading with her later, and he wanted to look a little more respectable. On the way there, he hears the wailing of a certain monkey girl. What could he be thinking during all this? Does he think Miss Redhead bullied her? Or did he hear the whole conversation and concluded that she was a total cheapskate for not giving a tip to a poor little girl? Or did he just think that their hair colors were strange? You make the call! In episode 13, Beanie-san is seen having a night on the town with a new girlfriend. With all the alien sightings, reports of monster attacks, and seeing girls with strange colored hair in various places, he's suspecting that something's up. And his suspicions are confirmed when an alien attack and the girls are broadcasted on national television. Some of the incidents seem scary, but knowing that there are 5 teenage girls in semi-revealing costumes out there to save the day, he has the confidence to go out and enjoy himself without fear. Fortunately for him, even though a green-haired alien is looking overhead, he's not the target. A few weeks pass, and they decided that their relationship wouldn't work out. I mean him and his girlfriend, not him and the alien. Worry not, Beanie-san has a new girlfriend by episode 16, and is hoping to make this one work out by showing her his intellectual side. So what better way to do it than by having a date at the local library? Unfortunately for him, they just happen to visit the library as it's attacked by water fleet chimeras. They were able to get away, but the experience terrified his girlfriend so much that she left him the next day. Later on, after feeling a bit depressed over losing his new girlfriend, Beanie-san decided that a change of scenery would do him good. So in episode 19, he dropped the hoodie and sweatpants and went with some friends to the beach, where they gawk at Sakura in a bikini. This was the big highlight of his trip. He was so mesmerized by Sakura's beauty that he actually talks! However, his vacation is cut short when the aliens start attacking and ruining everyone's good time. About now, he's probably wondering if he's cursed. Even after all of that, Beanie-san refuses to give up. Sure, his vacation was ruined, but he still remembered Sakura and soon became a fan. He then finds out that she's going to be in a fashion show. So, in episode 24, after lightening up his skin to disguise himself, he tries his best to enjoy the show. But as you could tell by how unsettled he looks, he notices that 3 of the weird colored-haired girls are behind him. He gets anxious and hopes that there are no big incidents. Luckily, the only oddity he noticed was the power outage, which is a bit of a relief compared to the other stuff he's been through. Little did he know about the stuff behind the scenes, but he also suspects that Sakura is connected to the alien attacks as well. Makes sense to him. If aliens want to abduct anyone, they'd settle for the best specimen. By the time we reach episode 34, Beanie-san is starting to get lonely. So he decides to go to a doll exhibition to look at all the cute plushies and hopefully find the girl of his dreams. While looking around, he hears arguing amongst one of the doll makers and some very familiar looking girls and Zakuro. He starts getting worried since whenever those girls show up, trouble is sure to follow. So he decides to cleverly disguise himself even more by showing off a secret power: the ability to swap the colors of his beanie and hoodie between scenes. I know that doesn't sound like an amazing talent, but he did it in less than 30 seconds and nobody noticed that he did it. You try doing that in public. Anyways, his worries were confirmed when the plushies started moving on their own. Beanie-san, you're a cool guy and I love your superpower. But if you don't want anyone to recognize you, you need to do more than change the color of your clothes. A few weeks later, Christmas has arrived. Now most people think of Christmas as a holiday for families, with focus on giving children presents. This is common in Japan as well, but Christmas is also a romantic holiday for couples, which is why you usually see main couples in anime confessing their love and/or proposing on Christmas Eve. Beanie-san has been feeling lonely. Not that you can blame the poor guy, it's been 22 episodes since he's been with a girl and he doesn't want to be alone on Christmas Eve. So he found himself a girl to hang out with. At the moment, he doesn't care if it lasts. He just wants to be happy for one night. Luckily, they went out after all the hectic stuff that happened involving the Christmas tree in Odaiba and seemed to have a pretty nice time. On this night, Beanie-san made an oath. Even though he's a fan of Zakuro, he knows that his life is in danger when he's around her and her weird colored-haired friends. So he vows to do his best to avoid them from now on. Unfortunately, his efforts were in vain as he meets his tragic end 9 episodes later. By the time we reach episode 47, Beanie-san's life has pretty much returned back to normal, with the exception of a few alien attacks that have made the news, but he's been able to avoid them personally. So he found a girlfriend that has stuck with him, and they've been on quite a few dates and they enjoy each other's company. One day they decide to go out to various places together and are having a pretty good time. But suddenly, tragedy strikes when the aliens attack the city, and Beanie-san and his girlfriend are amongst the first victims. And thus, we end the sad story of an ordinary man who only wanted to live a normal life amongst all the chaos surrounding him. However, this is a bittersweet story. Ever since the events of episode 16, he knew that this would probably happen to him, and he prepared himself. He donated his DNA to science many months before he died, and is now survived by his many clones. And thus, Beanie-san will live forever, not just by the clones, but also within our hearts. So spread this tragic story of Beanie-san to your family, your friends. Give him the recognition he deserves. Make sure that he is never forgotten. And that concludes my first Mew Mew blog thingy, and there are more to come. While I have other things to discuss, I am also taking suggestions from the viewers. So, if there's a topic concerning the franchise that you want me to talk about, post it in the comments below and I'll put it on the list. See you next time where I'll talk about some Mew Mew trivia.